What's going on, guys? So, if you haven't heard the news, Fast Track Trading is shutting its doors. Um, Honestly, if you have accounts, I had 5 accounts left. Basically, you should email them here requesting a refund. Uh, are you going to get a refund? Probably not. I already told everybody on the live stream that if I get any money back from Fast Track, I'll put it towards free accounts for the duck races, and I'll just give away the accounts that way. If you don't know, we stream live every day, 1:30 to the end of the day. We also stream live 10:30 till about noon. So come hang out, a bunch of good people in there. But yeah, so to get back to this, my thoughts. It's it's rough. It's a lot of people. The biggest red flag to me was when he didn't pay out $10 million and retroactively took away payments. That's where I was like, wow, you can't go back. Once you approve somebody's payment, you can't change rules and then retroactively put them in place. You have to say, hey, it's from here going forward. And that is when I stopped. I pretty much stopped with them. I mean, you can't do that to people. But what was crazy was I almost actually bought more accounts yesterday, but I happened, because I was looking for some direct to funded accounts, and I almost bought like 5 accounts last night, but I had to go out last night, and I was like, you know what? I'll pick them up tomorrow, and I just didn't get a chance to do it, and then this happened. I'm glad I didn't, but it is what it is. But guys, I'll be honest with you. I think there's going to be a storm of other things coming. This is not. I know a lot of people were anti fast track trading, but I think with something this large, you're going to start looking. You might get more regulation with this. This is probably going to spark the interest of people. I don't know if I don't know who regulates this, but it might start to get regulated under the rules of, the market or under the rules of gambling. I don't exactly know. And, obviously nothing might happen, but I know he declined $10 million worth of payments plus more people paid. Like, it could be $20 million out there of not getting paid out plus money that was paid in no accounts. Like, this could get seriously large, and that draws the eyes of people that are looking to regulate and make adjustments to things. So I think it could go that way. Um, you want more prop firms, because the more prop firms, the more uh, competition there is. So they got to give you better deals and things like that. But at the same time, they have to be regulated. There has to be somebody that makes sure that they have a certain amount of money in the bank and things like that. What was interesting was a guy on Twitter or a company was posting that Fast Track was making payouts. I mean, I just looked and they made a 500K payout, but apparently payouts mean nothing. And then somebody else brought up something that, like, just because they make payouts doesn't mean they're paying people. I guess you could pay yourself or something. I don't exactly know how Rise works, but they were explaining it. It's kind of like a Bitcoin wallet, I guess. But I don't know. There's probably a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes. You never want to see a company fail and then people and traders lose money over something that they had nothing to do with. But I will say that I think that there's going to be changes coming within the next 6 months to a year in the prop firm industry. Also, the ease of people popping up these prop firms needs to get tighter, where you just can't start a prop firm out of thin air. There should be a capital requirement in the bank and things like that to make sure that you're able to do the payouts. things like that. There needs to be like rules in place. I think I think there's got to be somebody that if they don't regulate it, there just has to be uh, somebody that's in control that makes it somewhat transparent that these firms are liquid enough to handle losses and kind of what type of requirement on their part. Like if they have 1,000 accounts out there, like you need to hold X amount of dollars in the bank. There needs to be some type of that in place where if they get crushed, you know that there's money in the bank to pay. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen going forward. I assume I'm not getting any of my money back, and it is what it is. But I know there's some people out there that are in it deeper than me, and that kind of sucks for you guys. I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys get refunded. Um, Try your best. I mean, I emailed them, and then they ask a couple questions like order number, rise email, and things like that. But you want to be, I told everybody on the stream when this came out, you want to do this right now because they're gonna answer your emails in order most likely, and you want to be one of the first people in the door. You don't want to wait till tonight or tomorrow to email them. You want to be as as early as possible, and yeah, you want to be early as possible. I told everybody on the stream if you missed it, if you're watching this, do this right now. Um, Email them with your order number and try to get a refund. You guys that are due payouts, I assume you're not going to get paid out. I think they're just going to refund the accounts, if that at all. My biggest question is where all the money went. I have no idea where the money went. Somebody posted a Twitter and Scott had like a bunch of supercars, McLarens and Ferraris and watches. Like, I don't know what happened to it, but I imagine it probably wasn't managed correctly. Um, that would be my best guess. Because I assume these prop firms have data on the back end that are like, hey, if 100 people buy this account, only five are going to get to pay out. So this is what we make. This is what we don't. This is what we make. This is the payouts. Like they all have this data. So I assume that when they changed the rules, even early on, like they knew that, hey, if this continues like this, we're going to make X amount of dollars. And then when they changed the rules to not pay people, that was like the massive red flag where I was done buying accounts. But I assume that they would have stayed in business because A, you didn't pay out $10 million. B, you have the data. So you would think going forward, you know how much money you're going to make daily. You know what the average payout is. You know what the average person that buys, how many people get to pay out. Like you have all that data. So I assumed from there they would have stayed in business. But no, like if this was a publicly traded company, they would be digging into where all the money has gone. Um, I don't know. I would like to see where the money went and things like that. And maybe everything is fine and traders just destroyed Fast Track because the rules were pretty loose. I think at one point you could have 40 accounts. Um, you know, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I would say, you know, go trade with my funded futures, you know, take profit trader and Apex. Those are the three that I would trade with if you were looking for another place to go trade. Um, Also, in the next 3 weeks, Black Friday comes up. You're going to see a lot of deals coming out. That's a good time to grab a lot of accounts. But yeah, so I mean that's where I'd go from here. I would request refunds If you paid by credit card, I would try to charge back maybe. I don't know if that would work if you didn't get a refund from them. I assume a lot of people are doing that. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, I wish everybody the best. I don't ever want to see, this hurts the prop firm community. This isn't a good thing. You hope, we trust these firms to pay out, and this is definitely not a good thing. So well, I guess let's just move on from this, continue getting payouts from other places, and we'll see what happens. All right. I wish everybody the best, and I'll see you on the stream.